Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Beekeeper Tarot. My name is Alan. Thank you once again for the likes and the subscriptions, and thank you for the comments on my videos, especially the one where I had all the rain coming down. Yeah, so we had a nice big rainstorm the other night in Sydney, and it was quite late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or whatever it was. I am a bit of a night owl. I happen to be awake, and so I thought, well, maybe I should do a recording of the rain and I was really happy with it. Yeah, I was happy with it. So I'd sent it to a friend of mine, and he just said, "No, I think people will like it." So that's good. Did I just lose you for a second? What's happening here? I have to watch this back on. I have to watch this back. The screen just flashed in front of me. So what I wanted to talk about tonight, really briefly, was just Joe Biden. So he's been diagnosed with prostate cancer on the Gleason scale 9 and grade 5 with bone mets. So I'm not familiar with the Gleason scale. Um, I think that could be just a scale that is used to for prostate cancer, but I'm not too sure. Um, but the things that's gone to his bone, it's metastasized to his bones. Now, I just wanted to say as well that apparently it can or will or does respond to hormone treatment. So that's all I kind of wanted to say about that. But when I was a nurse, I'm just going to have to tell you too, folks. I'm going to be speaking about end of life. So if that's a trigger or cancer right now, so if that's a trigger for anybody out there, feel free to turn off the video. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes to do so if you wish that you don't want to listen, because I will be talking about end of life and I will be talking about cancer and palliative care. So I'll just sit here for a second. Okay, yeah. So when I was nursing, I did a lot of nursing. Especially, I did a lot of work with palliative care and with cancer. I was an oncology nurse, oncology palliative care nurse. So I've actually nursed people with cancer and I've nursed people with their end of life. And on the flip side, I've actually been with people before they've passed over as well. So the latest one was probably about 6 months ago. A friend of mine's husband passed away, and I was actually there when he left, when he decided to cross over. So um, death is something that I know a little bit about. And I also know people, I think it's safe to say that we all know someone that has had cancer or has survived cancer or has died from cancer. So I've just been very, very mindful of that. And I even know people that have lost their children to cancer. So I can think of a few friends, a few people I know that have had that as well. So cancer is a big thing. And so because of that, I've just made the decision I'm not going to read about it for Joe. I kind of feel that's something that I would just much rather let the universe sort out. I wish him all the best. But the thing is, if the cancer spread to the bone, it's an aggressive cancer spread to the bone. So that's not a good it's not a good diagnosis to have. So I don't know how long he's had it, how long Joe Biden's had the cancer for. I guess I should say this to YouTube, entertainment on YouTube. Sorry, just yeah, having a chat tonight. Entertainment on YouTube. I'm not a medical physician. I'm just an ex-nurse, but also a tarot reader. But I've made the decision not to read on it. I fully respect that other readers will or make would make a choice to read about that. Just for me, um, I'm just thinking, don't go there. So I just have to be honest with you guys about that. I just feel that it's something between Joe and Jill and the family and the universe. It's actually none of my business. I could read about it and get some insights, but I kind of feel I don't need to know. So that's kind of my stance on that. And I've got to say as well, I've been very surprised by the outpouring of niceness towards towards Joe Biden as well. Even MTG said something nice, and I was quite gobsmacked by that. I was just surprised that she said something nice. So I was just, yeah, it's good that she said it, but I wasn't expecting it. So, but that's a promising sign. Uh, in the meantime, Don Jr. said some horrible things. He was basically saying, um, how did Dr. Jill Biden miss the stage 5 metastatic cancer, or is this another cover up? Or is this yet another cover up? And when I read that comment, I felt a couple of things. The first thing I felt was what an inappropriate thing to say. And the second thing I thought is like, is he that stupid? They're the two things that I thought. I don't know if Don Jr. understands that you can be a doctor of many things. Just because you are a doctor doesn't mean that you're a doctor of medicine. You can be a doctor of teaching or a doctor of education, which I think is what Jill Biden is. Like Lena's a doctor of sociology. That means that Lena's got a PhD in sociology. So she's worked hard for that. So being a doctor doesn't mean that you're a doctor as in a surgical or a doctor in the hospital. It just means that you have in Australia we call it a PhD. Now I don't know if Don Jr. actually understands that or not, and I could read on it, but I just don't care. I don't care. Whatever. But what I will say about that is that is a real statement about him. Like to be living in such dark energy. And if you think about it, he's gotten everything that he wants. Um, he hasn't really had to work for the money that he's got. And once again, YouTube, I just better stress because I'm entertainment only. So, but that's his stuff. And I kind of think that with regards to what's happening with Joe Biden, I think the best thing that we can do collectively is just to support him and pray. Like, if you're a person that believes in God or spirit, or if you pray to Jesus or whoever you pray to, like, just do that. And however you want to express that is entirely up to you. And you have every right to do that in the way that you feel works for you. And if you don't, that's fine too. But I think everybody just needs to be mindful and respectful. I think I did hear that JD Vance basically said, and I'm summarizing here, that he and his wife are feeling for Joe Biden, but then he sort of was going on to say that he felt that he was unfit for being a president and everything else. And I just thought, just why go there? Like, why go there? Like, even if Trump had cancer, right? Like, I would actually kind of think, well, okay, it's between him and spirit, and I'd wish him all the best. I don't, I don't understand that level of hatred. I don't understand that level of darkness. It's not what resonates within me. And so I guess during this whole process, there will be stuff that will come out that will be probably quite dark as well, and people will be saying all sorts of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, and I'm just speaking to myself, like when you hear that, like just switch it off. Don't don't let that negative energy drag you down. Just do what you feel is the right thing by you, and hold Joe Biden up to the stars or to spirit or to God, however you choose to do it. And don't be pulled into the any negative or the narrative that may be going around. Um, it's it's very humbling being with someone at the end of their life, because I've done that many times. And like I said, there's actually even been times where I've been camping, like um I've had a loved one in hospital, and I've been on the I've been on a fold up mattress, and a friend of mine was on a mattress on the floor, and we stayed there for 3 days and 3 nights until It was actually my friend's mother until she passed away. But because I'm a nurse, I knew how to make sure that she had the appropriate medications. So she went away comfortably, and I did that legally and everything like that. So um, yeah, I just we just kept her comfortable with the pain medications that was justified and had a clinical evidence for that. So she passed away very peacefully because she had the appropriate drugs. So I just wanted to say all that sort of stuff just really quickly, though I've probably been rambling on for a bit. Yeah, so let's just think about Joe and Jill and the family and hold them up in our prayers and in kindness. And there are so many other things happening in the world as well, which I can probably get back to later, but I just wanted to say that. So, like I said, if you hear any negative stuff, my feeling is just don't just say okay and then just let it wash over you. Just my thoughts, guys. All right. I will be back soon with some readings. Okay. Good night, guys. Have a wonderful evening. Okay. Bye for now. Bye. And